Hello, I'm Marcus Boston. Quick educational video today, and we're going to stay with mediation. I just did a short video, well, actually a longer video on mediation and what that process entails. And so the purpose of this video today is what happens if you have to walk out of your mediation. What happens if you can't come to an agreement and you got to say, hey, deuces, we're out. What happens in that process? Stay with me as I share with you this very important information. All right, so let's set this up. All right, you've got a birth trauma case. You're suing the doctor or the nurse or the hospital because you feel that they are the cause of your child's injury at birth. Maybe your child has an HIE diagnosis, and now that HIE diagnosis, you also have a subsequent CP diagnosis, and you feel that the hospital and the doctors, nurses, they're the cause of this injury, and you filed a lawsuit and you went through that process. Your medical experts are saying that yes, it is the fault of the hospital and the nurses or the doctors, and the defense, of course, they're saying no, they did not fall below the standard of care, or no, they did not cause the injury. And so the case is in court, and now both sides are trying to mediate the case. You're trying to come to a resolution. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because there can be some confusion as it pertains to this issue. And I just want to let you know that I'm talking about this from my perspective and from what I have experienced handling these cases. In some instances, you will not be able to immediately resolve your case in the first mediation or the first go through, the first, I guess I should say, try with mediation. There have been cases that we have had and that we worked through in which we were not able to get an agreement. We have had to get up and leave, or the other side have had to get up and say, no, we just cannot come to an agreement on the case. And that is okay. All hope may not be lost if that happens. And sometimes clients can, based on their understanding of what they've seen on TV and things like that, and they're like, okay, well, is it all over? Is mediation done that you've got to get up and walk out? And in some cases, no, that's not going to be the case. What will happen is that you may not be able to come to a conclusion with all the terms or an agreement on all of the terms, but in some cases what you can do is you can get an outline or a general outline of where the case may go. And just because you have to get up and leave, that does not mean that the case cannot, that both sides cannot behind the scenes still be working to get the case resolved. And that has happened in cases that we've had to go through and we've litigated and we've worked through. We've had to get up and leave, but we were able to come back and keep working at it and get the case resolved, because during the mediation we were able to at least come to an agreement as to some of the terms or some of the general information in regards to the case. So the purpose of this video today is to help you understand this process. If you've got to get up and if your attorney says, look, I think that the mediation is over, I don't think we're going to be able to come to an agreement, and you agree with that position with your attorney, you got to understand that that may not be the end of everything, that both sides still may be working behind the scenes to come to an agreement as to the case. Now, will this work in every instance? No. There are some times that the case is just going to have to be litigated. You're going to have to go to trial. You're going to have to get a jury or a judge or however you've got it set up to be able to render a decision in the case. But the purpose of today's video is to just help you understand more about this mediation process, more about if you have to get up and leave during your mediation, that all hope may not be lost in regards to the case. Don't give up. All right, if you have more questions about things, maybe you're here because your child has suffered an injury at birth and you have questions about what's going on. You have questions about the cause of the injury, or you need an investigation as to what may have happened, or maybe you're worried about the challenges that your baby may have going into the future. If you have all of that going on and you would like to speak with me further, there's a telephone number down below. Go ahead and pick up the phone and give me a call. I speak with families all the time about these issues, and I would love to take some time and listen to your story. One more thing, the information that I did talk with you about in this video today, you got to remember this is general in nature, and this is based on my experience and what I have seen during these cases. If you have specific questions about an upcoming mediation that you may have lined up, and you've got an attorney, make sure you talk with your attorney about those specific questions as it relates to your case, because your attorney will be able to give you way more insight as to those issues than just the general information that I have given you today. One more thing. I practice law here in the state of Maryland, and because this video is on the internet, you got to understand that if you're not in Maryland and you reach out and you contact me and you got questions about certain things, you got to understand that I have to use what we call co-counsel or local counsel, an attorney in your state, to help with everything if this is something that we believe that we can assist you with. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorneys practicing law here in the state of Maryland at Boston Law Group, LLC. And we will see you next time. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.